What is up, my magic miscreants? Risen Dragon here with a fun deck for you today, and we're going back to Typal. Yeah, I just can't help myself. Yesterday we did a fairy Typal with all the fun Eldraine stuff, and you threw Roaming Throne in there and just saw how it run amok. Today we're looking at Orzhov Phyrexians, and again, this is mainly it's almost an all-creature build. In fact, it is pretty much an all-creature build, so keeping up sustained pressure, building off of that pressure, definitely something that we want to examine with this build. So what does it look like? Let's have a look. We're running 3 Crawling Choruses with Toxic 1. When it dies, we create a 1/1 colorless Might artifact. Creature token with Toxic 1 and it can't block. Skrelv Defector Might with Toxic 1, it can't block for a Phyrexian mana or a regular mana. And tap it, we choose a color. Another target creature you control gains Toxic 1 and Hexproof from that color until end of turn, and it can't be blocked by creatures of that color this turn. And you have to remember, you have to declare this before blockers are declared. You have to do it that way, because if you do it as blockers are declared, it will not work. We are running 4 Jawbone Duelists, double strike with Toxic 1. I mean, who doesn't like that? That is good stuff. Grafted Butcher, as it enters the battlefield, Phyrexians you control gain Menace till end of turn, and other Phyrexians you control get +1/+1. For 3 and a black, we sacrifice an artifact or creature and return Grafted Butcher from your graveyard to the battlefield. We activate that only as a sorcery. Vran Executioner Thane, whenever one or more creatures you control die, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. It triggers only once each turn. It doesn't blend into the Roaming Throne because it specifically says it only once per turn. Roaming Throne does not double it. It does double Elas Ilkor, Sadistic Pilgrim. Whenever it enters the battlefield, it has Death Touch at 2/2. You gain 1 life. Whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. See, each of these has some very interesting effects. Annex Sentry, when it enters the battlefield, target mana value 3 creature or artifact an opponent controls, or with less, is exiled by Annex Sentry. So we're only running 2 of those, though. Phyrexian Awakening. We're running this one because of the fact that it incubates 4, and Phyrexians you control have Vigilance. So fun stuff there. Bloated Processor. Sacrifice another Phyrexian. Put a +1/+1 counter on Bloated Processor, and when it dies, we incubate X, where X is its power. We're running 2 copies of Gix. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller may pay 1, and if they do, they draw a card. For 4 and 3 black, and discarding X cards, we exile the top X cards of target opponent's library, and you may play the lands and cast spells from among those exiled cards without paying their mana costs. We're running 1 copy of Elesh Norn. Whenever a source an opponent controls deals damage to you, or a permanent you control that source's controller loses 2 life unless they pay 1. For 2 and a white, we sacrifice 3 other creatures. We exile Elesh Norn and return it to the battlefield, where we incubate it 2 times. Incubate 2 5 times, then transform all incubator tokens you control. Its second chapter is creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain double strike till end of turn. And 3 is destroy all other permanents except for artifacts, lands, and Phyrexians. Exile the Argent Etchings. Return it to the battlefield face up, and it becomes Elesh Norn again. Now, of course, with Roaming Throne, we know what this does. Enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Roaming Throne is the chosen type, in addition to its other types. If a triggered ability of another creature you control of the chosen type triggers, it triggers an additional time. We're also running 2 Phyrexian Flesh Gorgers. Either a nice 3/3 3-drop with Menace and Lifelink and Ward, pay life equal to Phyrexian Flesh Gorger's power, or a nice high-end finisher with a 7/5 for 7. So fun stuff there. We're running 2 Restless Fortresses, 1 Raffine's Tower, 3 Cavern of Souls, and 1 each of Demolition Field, Field of Ruin, and Mirex. Sideboard, we do go the control route. What I'm finding is sometimes like Phyrexian Awakening and Annex Sentry really don't fit in a best of 3 matchup. So our strategy for this deck is to basically, in a best of 1, just flood the battlefield as much as we possibly can, get our creatures as big and beefy as possible, go as wide as possible, and just swing for the win. Unfortunately, we do come across like Sunfall and other mass removal, so we have to make sure that we get that done fast. But anyways, we're running 2 cut downs, 3 go for the throats, 2 farewells, 2 family reunions, 2 sanctifies just to take care of targets or enchantments or artifacts, 1 more Elish Norn, 2 sunfalls, and another flesh gorger just to round out the deck. So this is our Orzhov Phyrexians build. If you're new to my channel, we do a best of 1 and we do a best of 3 just so you can see how the deck functions in either one of those environments. So without further ado, let's get to the Orzhov Phyrexian games, kids. We are against Jordan Goose for our best of 1 matchup. This one's a tad on the slow side, but I'm going to keep it simply because we are going to run... What I did was I took out 2 of the Phyrexian Awakenings. I put in 3 go for the throats. Just so we can, you know, deal with certain things. Alright, so not a bad start, I don't think, with Cavern of Souls. It looks like they're playing black or some form of... Well, obviously they are. Alright, Jordan Goose, what do you got? Do you have a Duress? Hot Pocket? An Ego? To quote Dr. Evil. Recording this midday. We had a snow event yesterday. Oh, Doom Dissenter. Zombies! Maybe. We're gonna go Phyrexian. And... let's do this. Just so we can see what they do. Do they decide to go... Because what we can do is with the Annex Sentry, we can go Annex Sentry. Yeah, we might get greedy here. Oh, they have a Vran too. How fun are you? I'm almost willing to just let them take a damage here. Or not take a damage, but accept. Yeah, take damage. And I think we do Annex Sentry into on the Vran. I think that's the way to go. They're going to cut down my Vran, I think. Or sacrifice the Doom Dissenter to eat my Vran alive. Yep. Okay. That's how that works. It's a sack deck. Okay. That works. Okay. Cool. So we're going to do this. I'm going to say bye to the Vran. For now. I do think they have a kill spell in there. Certainly an Annex Sentry is not above a cut down. So... Undead Butler! It's kind of like a Millish type build. Oh, I see what you're doing. Night Clubber, huh? Interesting. There's some... It's almost like it's a budget sort of build. Which I'm down with that. That's cool. We'll go for Phyrexian again. No attacks, because I do want to... Dread. Another Doom Dissenter, huh? Okay. I'm guessing you're going to do another Doom Dissenter. Or an Eaten Alive. To get rid of my Annex Sentry. Emergency Weld. Interesting. Huh. That's a cool card. Mm-hmm. Go for the Throat. So part of me wants to do... the Butcher, just so... No, we do this instead. Just give them something to shoot at, I guess. Build up a fairly decent board, and then... Okay, there's a Shieldred. So we're keeping that. Luckily, we held on to our Go for the Throat for that purpose. That's good stuff. We can go for the Throat on that. Right, bye. Okay. And now we draw. That's a fun one. Although I do like the idea of this. And let's just see if we can gain some of that life back. They'll probably kill it with the Undead Butler and the Dissenter. No, yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, That's what I thought. Okay, so they're not even taking fatal damage here. So, alright, is what it is. Okay. Yeah, they'll bring back the Shieldred. Yep, okay. So in retrospect, maybe that wasn't such a good idea, but gotta do what we gotta do. Okay. Let's see what they do. Because we can put down the Gix after that. Well, you're going to have to let at least one of them through. Unless you have a cut... Well, no, cut down's not going to do you any good here. So you're going to have to block with at least one of these things. Alright, Jordan Goose, what are you going to do? And we can conceivably wipe out their... Oh no, they're just taking it. Okay. So, we're going to decline this, we're going to decline that, and we're going to take action on that. Yep, okay, that's great, because we can bounce down Jawbone Duelist, gain some life, and yeah. Notice we are not running Shieldred in a Phyrexians build. We're not running Shieldred. And I think that the main purpose of not running Shieldred is the fact that, and not only is it an overplayed sort of card, but also too, it's we've got better high-end stuff that we can deal with. And honestly, I think we just let the Shieldred through. I don't think they're going to attack though. No, they don't. Okay. Another Elas Ilkor. So now the question is, I think I am going to do this. And the reason is, okay, we do give them a draw, which may have been dumb, but that's alright. Let's do this. Let's at least swing in with this, and this, and this, and this, because it does have Death Touch, so... Oh, that was kind of a dumb mistake on my part. I should have just held up the Ilkor. We'll gain a little bit of life out of this. Okay, so they go that road. Okay. Okay, they double block those, and they let the... Okay. And we're going to decline that, and we'll put this down. And yeah, okay. So we're in pretty decent shape here, I think. Depends on what they put down next, though. That's the thing. Fell Stinger, huh? Cool. So they're going to make... They're going to sack that. Yep. Morbid Opportunist comes into play. They're going to gain that life back. And another card. So they're back to where they were before. Okay. That works. And an undead butler, huh? Cool. Alright. Well, Shattered Sanctum is not usually what we like to see, but... Oh, can't do that yet, because we don't have a card. Let's just do this. Lose 2 life and gain 2 life. And we're gaining with the flesh gorger. So, yep. All right, that works. I think if anything, we take out the opportunist. Or the fell stinger. Yeah. Okay. So. Do want to take action. Okay. So they're back up to that. And then we can discard... If they don't take out my Gix... Oh, that's fun. So what do we sacrifice here? Unfortunately, I think we have to sack the Grafted Butcher, I think. Yeah, I just have a land. That's okay. At this stage, you're going to draw dead, I think, but... You can draw. And we'll discard those two. Yeah, we can definitely see what they got here. Oh, yeah, there we go. We're going to decline that. Let's see. Let's see. Return target. Yeah, that can work. And we can bring this back. No attacks. Yeah, this has turned out to be a beast of a game here. I like it, though. The Dreadhound is going to come out. No, Lil of the Veil, huh? Well, if they make me... they're going to make me discard.
And
oh, no,
you think you can win?
Discard. That's okay. If you make me sacrifice, I'm just gonna make you sack the fell. The fell stinger is just gonna be the one to go. Yep. Okay. So. Yep. All right.
We all
well.
have things we'd rather.
Didn't know they had a Lil in my hand, but that's what it is. Hot-Tide Gargantua. Cool. Oh no, I don't want to do that yet. No. Draw. Okay. Epic battle here. Love it, Jordan Goose. Dreadhound is going to be a problem. We don't have the... Yeah, I'm running Cruelty of Gix too. Yikes. So with the Lil, I mean, do they just keep... you know, buffing her up, so to speak?
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Interesting. Alright, we will draw. There we go. We're just gonna go face and see what they do. More than likely they'll block. Although I can't see them blocking the Ilkor. I can definitely see them blocking the Gix. Because the Gix can at least take out the Rot Tide. Although the Annex Sentry might be one that is the dicey one here. Alright, so what are you doing, Jordan Goose? Are they banking on... What are they banking on here? Okay. I mean, we get them down to 4 if they don't block. But now they are going to have to make some difficult choices in the fact that... What do I take out? How do they block the Ilkor? That's kind of where I'm wondering at this moment. Or are you just lagging out because you don't want to... I don't know. We shall see. Alright, they're just gonna... What? Okay. Just burn through all your timeouts there, Jordan Goose. Come on. Let's go. Ultimately, it looks like we're gonna be forced through, just going right to the face, so. Oh, okay. Well, we get the win. Let's move on to the best of 3. We are against Canadian Bacon with a K for our best of 3 matchup. We are on the draw for this particular one. I did decide to keep the Go for the Throats. I did take out... Oh, it's a Delver deck. How fun are you? Mono blue? Nope. Well, maybe. Yeah, mono blue looks like what it's happening. We're not getting anything down on the field, are we? Well, except we are, because you have that. And as much as I hate... you know what? We're going to go with the Go for the Throat, just so we can get some counter spells out of them. Or you just do a shore up, or slip out the back. Okay, that's fine. This could be a tough matchup for us. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, cool. Remember, you can't counter that, so there we go. Still nothing. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's gonna get bounced back, so... Sure. Air Impulse, okay. I have a feeling they've got a trick, so I'm not going to... I'm just going to let them have the card, knowing that we've got some stuff up our sleeve. So here we go. Can't counter it. Now you're going to bounce the Gix. That's okay. Because then I just put down another Grafted Butcher, and... That one's a card I haven't seen in a while, so that's fun. Okay. Now, we're going to swing with the Gix and see if they bounce it. They don't. Okay, so now we draw a card. Yep, we'll take that action. Hey, we have another Cavern of Souls. How fun is that? We're going to hold off on the Grafted Butcher. I have a feeling they have a shore up. So, another Delver. And they're like me. They're not hitting any of their land drops. So, we're going to say no blocks on the Cat guys, because I do have a feeling that there is a trick up their sleeve. So, got that. Ooh, Skrelv is fun. We can go Phyrexian. And we're going to go the Grafted Butcher route again. We're going to go Skrelv. I mean, you gotta... Oh, they don't have a bounce spell as of yet. Okay, so that's fun. Take action. Ooh, Hélas il Core. That's always cool. We're going to try this. Just see if we can get a counter out of them. Yep. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That is totally fine. And they're not hitting on their Delver. So that is just fine and dandy for us. We're okay with that. Got him. Okay. Alright, so Orzhov Phyrexians. You didn't really get to see what Roaming Throne could do, but you did get to see what happens when you flood the board, and with a lot of Phyrexians, it just becomes overwhelming, and it's really just a... You know, just really having a fun time with this deck and a lot of these builds as well. Just some really, really, really great stuff that's happening these days. So I'm loving this deck. It's gotten me into gold. We did achieve gold after Canadian Bacon did not show up for the second match. So if you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a subscribe, and as always, my magic miscreants, may you always be on the play, and may all your spells hit the board. Risen Dragon is out. Enjoy the rest of your Monday.